Good afternoon and welcome to Brixen in Italy for the IFSC men's semi-finals. Yesterday was the term of the women. Today it's the men. My name is Matt Groom and I'm joined by Zach Gallett in the commentary box. Zach, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm enjoying the sun. I'm enjoying the atmosphere. And that is our stadium. The river on the right, cooling things down a little bit, but it is baking out there for the audience. The athletes are a bit more sheltered. Okay, let's have a look at how these athletes got to this position. Let's check out the qualifying from Friday. The IFSC has headed to Italy and back to the small town of Brixen to this incredible amphitheatre-style stadium. On to the men, and he may only be 16, but Sorato and Rakku is setting the climbing world on fire right now. 3 flashes and 5 tops qualifies him in first place. Gianluca Bosch is clearly feeling the positive vibes. His first final last week, and he's back in the semi-finals in Brixen. Colin Duffy is just through. Only the final climb got away from him, and he's USA's highest male qualifier. Also through is Yannick Floe. He was super powerful on Boulder 3, fighting his way through and getting a top on attempt number 7. Team Japan have 5 athletes through, including the gold medalist from the USA, Tomoa Narasaki. It was a slow start for the comp for him, but he finished the round strongly with 2 flashes. Adam Ondra kicked off his season with a medal and he'll be looking for another here. He's easily through in the top 5, only missing 1 climb, but getting 2 flashes. Max Milne is at his jumpy best, and it's good to see him climb again. He seems to enjoy the Brixen competition, and his teammate Toby Roberts is also through. We caught up with him after he had finished.
It's been really great to have such a great start to the boulder season. It's my first full season of World Cup bouldering, and it's quite a big challenge because it's very intense. I didn't know where I was coming into it. I was feeling good in training, but you never know until you actually get into the competition. So arriving in the first comp and then progressing pretty quickly to get my first medal felt really good.
Last week's winner, Do-Hyun Lee, cruised again today, first in his group, while his teammate Jongwon Chon will also join him on the mats tomorrow. So let's look at the final results. Maichi Narasaki beats his brother Tomoa and he will join that big Japanese team. Jack McDougall had an impressive climb and will be his first senior boulder semis. He'll be joined by Toby Roberts and Hamish MacArthur from Team GB. Alberto Hines Lopez, well, he had a good round and the Olympic champion will go again. So that was the story of the qualifying. Let's look at our starting list, and Hamish MacArthur will climb first here this afternoon, having qualified in last position. And descending down, Colin Duffy, your teammate, Zach. How's Colin feeling this morning?
Colin's stoked. I was talking to him a bit last night. He seems like his head's in a good spot, and he's ready to try to make this final. So.
Awesome. It will be great to have him back in it. Do-Hyun Lee qualifies in first position, followed by the sticky man, Sorato and Rakku. I say sticky because watch what he does with his hands. Insane. Jongwon Chon, Adam Ondra is back. He won a medal last week, and he's climbing in the top 5. So that's the list of athletes who will be climbing. And there is Hamish MacArthur. And Zach, just explain for people who don't know who you are. Just tell us about you. You're in the USA team.
That's correct, yeah.
Boulder specialist or lead specialist or a bit of everything?
Boulder specialist for sure, but I've been trying hard to get better at the lead to work for these combined format competitions. But yeah, Boulder specialist.
Awesome. Well, perfect to have here in the commentary box as we watch Hamish start this journey to the left on M1 slab. And Zach, we had a look at his boulders. We were saying how mean it is to start with a slab.
Yeah, it can really set the tone of your round really fast. You know, you have good luck and you find the balance quick and you make it happen, or you just stand there and you don't make much happen in the 4 minutes. So
I've always wondered how you guys prepare for this, because you're backstage, you don't know which boulders are coming up. Because you could walk out through that curtain and it's a slab with no hands, or it could be a super powerful dyno-style boulder. Do you just generally warm up for anything and then just hope for the best when you go out there?
Yeah, you definitely have to be ready for whatever they might throw at you first. It seemed like in the past you kind of knew that you were going to get the slab first, and now it's like you just never know where on the wall you might end up. So it's definitely unpredictable.
Hamish is having a bit of trouble with his full move left into the zone. And the zone is the whole volume, including the things on it, so those jibs you can see. But he hasn't used it yet, so although he's touched it, he's got to use it. And the definition of using something is, I haven't got it in front of me, but it's quite complicated. It involves moving away, center of mass, all that kind of stuff. But it's down to the judges to make that decision. And Hamish a bit slower as he goes, right foot up.
That was closer to the method that I thought this boulder would go, but yeah, hard to say what the intention was on this one. Even from standing under it and feeling positions, it was. I think we could see it go a lot of different ways.
Yeah, and the second to last, well, the last volume to stand on, that's pretty good, but a long way away, obviously, in terms of stepping through onto it.
Yeah, definitely. It's very high profile, so you could take a lot of weight off and lean really close into the wall over that one. But hard to figure out how to get over there.
Well, Hamish has done pretty much the same thing. Brings the right foot up. Ooh, bit of a overbalance there. And he's standing right on the edge, but his left foot popped as he went. It's good to see Hamish in a semi-final. He's more than capable, but he hasn't made a lot this year. Bit tricky season for him.
Yeah, definitely. I trained with Hamish a lot. He spent some good time in Salt Lake before that World Cup. And he is looking super strong in the training center and definitely capable of getting it done here today.
Looking at the jacuzzi bubbling away there on the left. Right, Hamish coming through. Tried to get the undercling, but couldn't find it that time. And our semi-final starts off like this. It's slow. We get one athlete at a time. We get to focus on them. In a few minutes, we'll have 4 athletes climbing together, and then we calm things down towards the end, where we just have our top qualifier, Do-Hyun Lee and Serato, out on the stage by themselves. So that's the format. And we're looking for just 6 athletes. And Zach, we were saying yesterday, it's a savage cut for these guys to get down to just 6.
Yeah, it seems from both rounds, especially in a big competition like this, it's like you're cutting a lot of folks out between qualifiers to the semi and especially that semi to the final. And it's a tough game when we got 20 very capable people in here, so you never really know for sure who's going to make that final cut.
Yeah, it's tough, and there's a lot of world-class athletes here, and there's a big field. The qualifying started at 9 in the morning, finished pretty much 9 o'clock at night the other day, so a full day of qualies. And Hamish isn't making much progress on this yet. He's got 50 seconds to go, no zone. Slower this time as he tries to leave that start hold, and the feet go. MC getting things hyped in the background. So what do you think Hamish is doing wrong here? To me, he's obviously not catching the blue jibs particularly well.
Yeah, I think the speed of this one, he's kind of going back and forth between trying to do it slow, but it looks like just now he's starting to figure it out, which is a bit of a bummer with only 15 on the clock. But
yeah, he might have time to get the zone. He's got 9 seconds. This will be his last try. He's going to go quickly. Buzzer ticks down. He needs to use it, but touching it won't be enough. Oh. He was trying to chalk up in the last seconds. That's his right hand creeping. All right, well, he leaves. No top, no zone for Hamish. But Colin Duffy will be hoping for a better start. He's on M1. So you're missing out of Team USA a few people from this comp, especially with the women. Brooke wasn't here.
Yep.
But we saw Annie, we saw Natalia, of course. Won't say who won yesterday. Go and watch that. But how is Team USA? How are they doing at the moment?
Really good. You know, we've had this year more than any other year in the past. We've had a lot stronger team bond. Most of everybody on the team is living in Salt Lake, so we're all training together at the training center. We just got a brand new nice lead wall over there. So we've been having a good time training on that. But yeah, the team has been moving like a unit, and we've been having a lot better performances because of it, I think. So.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing facility. I did actually get to see that lead wall. I actually got stuck up that lead wall. It's a long story. Josh Larson's to blame. Right, Colin jumps back up again into the start holds. And we both thought that start hold wasn't very good, but everyone seems to be having no issues with that beginning move.
Yeah, I guess just trusting your feet on the volume. You're not using the hands too much, but it is kind of an awkward position above your head. You can't quite press on it very well, and you can't really grab it as an undercling until you start moving. But
tricky opening. And Colin looked down at his feet there, just trying to work out why he keeps falling off the thing. Because the left, it doesn't look that bad. It's just a bit directional, I think. So when you try to adjust on it, it can cause problems.
Yeah, it's hard to decide how you wanna start with your feet. You could start with your left foot on that jib and cross over, and then it might set you up better for later. But if you can get this foot solid,
he's still not on it. He can't see it, and this is going to frustrate the life out of him in a minute, unless he gets it.
Oh.
Yeah, it did. It's just so irritating when you know you're right on it. You can't. It's not like you're in the gym and your mates are saying like, go a bit left, down a bit. You know, it's like you're by yourself. You could be a centimetre away. It's like a million miles. Tricky for Colin. I remember Innsbruck last year was where he had his incredible double golds.
It's crazy.
So good to watch that. Hasn't found the same success yet this year.
Yeah, Colin was really close to making the final in Prague. He's had good momentum the last 3 competitions. He did well in Salt Lake, and then extremely close to the final in Prague. So hopefully he can keep that trajectory going, and we can see a good performance out of him either here or in Innsbruck next weekend.
Yeah, it would be good. We've got our fingers crossed for him. 2.5 minutes, and that go looked much better. It looked like he was in control until he fell. And he's got time, so he's figured out a few different beta methods. Now it's probably time to commit to one of them. That's our stadium. You can see it's like it's like an amphitheater. It's amazing. Like there's a curtain even that we can reveal the boulders in a dramatic fashion. And there's the Verticale gym next to us where the athletes get to warm up in ISO. And Colin much better as he falls in.
Perfect.
But now Zach, he's got to bring, that's the good volume, but it's really high up.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, now you have to find out how you're going to get your way over this big volume and do this next step-up jump.
It's the first time we talked about the step-up, and it's enormous. I stood underneath it, like, wow. He's got no more handholds from here on. That's the jump.
Wow, amazing.
Got the right hand in first. Easy for Colin.
Wow.
Well, 5 attempts, he's got his own. Good work from Colin. He'll leave the stadium, and now we just get a minute to pause between rounds. In a finals, if an athlete climbs a boulder quickly, the next athlete comes out. The semis we wait, so there's the same amount of time for everyone. And there is the gym and the rolling mountains and hills surrounding us. It's a beautiful location.
Yeah, it's an amazing little town. It's super nice for a comp. You can stay anywhere in Brixen and easily walk to the venue. It's really nice.
I've eaten more pizza than I should.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah, it's really quite addictive. Yeah, pizza, a couple of coffees. Welcome to Italy. Colin Duffy is at the top of the leaderboard. We're looking for our top 6, but obviously a long, long way to go, all the way down to the bottom, where Korea is dominating the top 3. Jongwon Chon perhaps being surpassed for the first time in his life by Do-hyun Lee, who he's been mentoring for quite a long time. Adam Ondra got a silver medal. As we reveal our stadium, lovely drone shot there, coming down. Photographers down at the front in the media area, then the coaches, then some athletes will be sitting there, and then the audience with the colourful umbrellas. There they are. It's been a big crowd. Yesterday especially was packed in there.
Yeah, I was quite surprised. Even for the qualifier, the stands were pretty full. Yeah, a lot of people, everybody from town decided to come out and watch the comp today. So.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's Sunday here. Relaxed start to the morning. Hamish MacArthur's on boulder 2. Meanwhile, Anze Pahak is on boulder 1. Anze came back from a nasty ankle injury. He rolled his ankle in, I think it was Hachiochi, in the ISO area. And he's been battling that for a while. Missed a comp, but he's back. But right now with Hamish, in the beginning of this, that crack style thing is quite flared in there, hard to hold on to.
Yeah, weirdly blocked. It's hard to get your fingers all the way into the back. Still a pretty decent hold, but you can't get it quite as good as you'd like.
And there's Ange as he prepares himself. Yeah, it was the right ankle he injured, but it's untaped now. I think he's okay. Gets the left foot drilled into that hold. He's got a finger and a thumb pressing on the edge of the volume, brings the right foot in. Oh, you can hear the foot slip.
Yeah.
And look, Hamish is near the top. Well, we went away from him, and meanwhile he's done this. And this is going to improve his confidence if he can get it.
Nice.
Great work from Hamish. That was his flash. It was a flash, so we might get a replay at the bottom of that in a sec, but Hamish will leave quickly. Running up once again. Left foot down. Something is scraping against the wall there. I don't know what it is. We have new microphones this year, Zach. So
yeah,
they've been upgraded.
Pretty,
So don't swear on the wall. Well, you can, but we'll hear. Yeah, those microphones. It does sometimes make certain moves sound more dramatic than they are, which I've got no issue with. But
yeah, I got no issue either. I like to hear what's going on too. Can hear a lot on these slabs.
Yeah, and there's something sliding down the wall every time he falls. All right, back up to the press position. Lots of time to figure it out. Seems to be going a bit fast.
Yeah, it's hard to keep the hips square to the wall, I think, as well. With the foot crossing through like that, it's easy to like spin out and face away, and that kind of kicks you out of the wall a little too much, I think. So finding however you can sling those hips back in and get the shoulders square.
Slabs are such a big part of every climber's training. I know at the TC you guys have got a no hands wall.
Yeah, just only little volumes and standing on no texture holds and stuff. It's definitely a necessary training tool these days.
Sounds like most climbers' worst nightmare.
Yeah, it's mine. It's still mine as well.
Awful. Where are the crims? Oh, falling a long way to the left. He's had 4 attempts, no score yet. He's out there on the mats by himself. Hamish quickly sent Boulder 2. Cleans out, make sure everything's okay. Yeah, and it's good to see him back because he fought through that ankle injury because he climbed in Japan and it looked terrible. And then I was amazed to see him in Korea still climbing. And after that, he then went and let it heal, but it was nasty.
Wow.
Not really working that right foot crossing through at the moment. And he's going to change shoes. So Zach, you know, as an athlete, when's the moment you decide to whip out the soft shoes? Like, is it just a feeling thing, or like do you personally take more than one pair of shoes out onto the mats?
I do actually. I have 2 pairs of shoes that are almost the same, just one is stiffer than the other, and I usually start with the soft shoes. Those seem to be like the most applicable ones these days, and then whenever I need to do any more precise edging, that's when I'll decide to switch into my stiffer shoe.
Interesting, okay. Yeah, everyone's got their different method and different gear and stuff.
Definitely. People have different size kits. Some people bring out a whole bag of little tools.
I'm always amazed. I want to see inside them because you usually see like maybe one thing being used. There's perhaps some water, maybe some tape.
Yeah, sometimes you like just whatever, you'll have one comp where you wish you had something on the pads and you're like, all right, there you go, that's coming in my bag from here on out.
And what happens is the IFSC have to check the bags? Like
I'm not
a security
sure,
system?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody get checked.
Okay.
No TSA and ISO.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you bring onto the mats to help you, but you never know. And he is just not getting this move at the moment, starting to move quickly with 30 seconds to go. He wants the zone. Oh, that was closer.
Yeah.
That would have cost him a bit of skin there, sliding down the volume. One last go, 10 seconds to get a zone. Oh. It was close. And I'm not sure that method would have allowed him to move on, but maybe if he had held it for a couple of seconds, he could have then flipped the feet.
Yeah, I think so. I think those the crimps that are on the volume will allow a little forgiveness in your beta. You can kind of get some bite and move your feet around.
Yannick Floé is in the red shorts, down on the left. He had a good final in Prague and a pretty iconic moment where he figured out he couldn't climb the boulder and then brushed it for Adam Ondra, which was really weird because I couldn't work out what on earth was going on. I've talked to him since, and he was just, just couldn't do the climb, realised it, and then just decided to help out for Adam, which is nice.
Yeah, Yannick isn't the biggest fan of slabs, but he seems to make them work more often than not. So.
Yeah, he's a good all-rounder, but that move is a bit too far from Colin. Hamish had a bit of extra height advantage on that move with the toes. Yeah, Yannick likes it when he can climb on holds and hard holds. He doesn't love this kind of stuff. But as you said, it's part of it. Like, you have to.
Yeah, and he seems to find a way pretty easily. He's definitely one of the strongest in that just straightforward rock climbing style. But he also seems to be one of the strongest in the comp style that he seems to not like as much. So.
Yeah, well, here's Colin. He got through the middle section, and he's unleashing the power now. Moves that he'll enjoy. Chalks up, making sure of this. That sloper is pretty good, especially from the angle he's in. Bumps up, wants the right toe on something.
Oh, perfect. Nice.
He had to really trust standing on that right toe.
Yeah, definitely. That one also has like a blocker in the back, so you don't get as much edge as you'd like to purchase on.
So good work from Colin, and we flick back to this familiar slab by now.
Yannick opting for the soft right shoe and the stiffer left.
Yeah, good point. So the black one on the right, a different model from the white. This is... Oh, that's some thumb strength.
Yeah.
He's trying to stop that swing just with the left hand. I think he might try that again. So he gets it okay. It's moving away with the right foot from that volume.
Wow.
Good work from Yannick.
Yannick really putting this slab into his hands and taking it out of the feet a little.
Yeah, I think that's the most Corey slab move I've seen in ages. Right, just one move to go, and although it looks a long way, Colin made it look pretty simple, as did Yannick. Oh no, wow. He's dropped the top. Now, for those who don't know, you have to be in control at the top. You can't do that. Although you got both hands on it, you have to demonstrate control. And that's been a bit of a debate the last couple of days. We've had quite a few appeals coming on about that, and it's an interesting argument because you've got the coaches trying to say one thing, you've got the athletes obviously thinking something else, the judges are in the middle trying to make a decision. But what counts as control can be quite hard to figure out sometimes.
Yeah, especially with the most of the finishes these days aren't like a big bucket jug anymore. You're always like standing on some bad foothold and you'll control the finish for seemingly long enough and then you'll pop and fall off. So it's like, well, you fell, but he was on the wall and controlled for a little while there. So
yeah,
sometimes it's harder to make the call than it should be.
Do you know in your, I'm not asking personally, but in your heart of hearts, are you aware when there's control? You like, oh, that was borderline, you know?
Oh, yeah, there's only been a few times where I really have like no opinion on whether it was control or not, but usually as a climber you can look and be like, oh, well, he did that or he didn't do that.
Yeah. Right, Yannick dropped this before, up with the left, better this time.
There we go.
He went so dynamically for that move. I think he thought he was just going to thug it out.
Yeah. Definitely a little worse finish hold than it seems.
For sure. Well, Yannick gets it the second time of asking, and he'll leave with a minute to go. That's the judge's confirmation down there. And I feel sorry for the brushers because they're just in the line of the sun. It hasn't moved yet. It is super hot out there. All right, well, that's the standings as it is. Oh, sorry, that's the athletes to come from 11th to 20th. Those are our top qualifiers. Team Japan dominating the semi-finals. Look at how many flags there are. And Jan-Luca Posch as well. Good to see him back. He made it final in Prague. Well, we just have this moment as the time ticks through. We're going to have 3 athletes climbing at the same time in a minute. And Zach, we should talk about USA, Salt Lake City, because what a competition that was. And nice for you to be climbing in your hometown.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love being able to sleep in my own bed and wake up, make a breakfast in my own house, and go and compete in a World Cup. It's amazing to have one in the backyard.
Yeah, it was great. And thank you for hosting us all. Really cool. All right, Hamish comes on. Anze is back. And then we have Max Milne on slab 1. Hamish got a top, didn't get the zone on slab 1. He's fighting for his place here. And some pretty nasty crimps we can see in the background.
Yeah, very slotted. They're hard to, you got to take the time to roll in to get deep enough to pull on those guys.
Yeah, nasty start, and they're sharp as well.
Pretty nice to see some crimps in the round. It seems to be like a popular theme here in Brixen. We had like a really hard crimp boulder last year that I think Yannick was the only top on. So yeah, it's nice to get a little switch up from the open hand slopers and pinches that we normally see.
Yeah, that's the thing, because people go both ways. Oh, hang on.
Wow.
Hamish rocks up. This is a quick send from him. He gets a heel on that jib.
Trying to shift that weight over so he can flip that bottom hand to a palm.
Oh, fighting. Look at that right arm. He's got to trust all his weight through that right foot.
Wow.
And misses the crimp on the edge of the volume. Yeah, people are like, some people want consistency with route setting, so the same team. But the thing with swapping teams around and changing personnel is you do get different styles of boulder. And as you said, here we see some crimps, which is nice.
Yeah.
I quite like the different styles.
Yeah, me as well. I think it would be cool if all of the World Cups kind of leaned into their country's style of climbing, you know, and they kind of had their own unique feel.
I've got some good ideas now when you said that. Right, Max is eyeing up this last move. This is only his 3rd attempt in.
Opting to go from down low.
Yeah, that's a long, long way. That makes you realize,
Wow.
rainbow rocket style,
Yeah.
trying to jump up.
Yeah, originally that's kind of what I thought, and then you can, then I saw you could grab the left side of that volume and maybe build the feet up earlier, but Max made that look quite good. If he can get up there again, I'm sure he'll be able to get it done.
Yeah, he does enjoy a jump like that as well.
Definitely.
Medjdi coming up later, will too. Anze again into the zone, swinging out. He hasn't been awarded that yet. Can't stop it. All right, so just M4 isn't in action. That's why it's blanked out on the top. So we've got Max on the left, Anze there on the main screen, and M2 at the top, and then that's Hamish MacArthur on M3. And Zach, how much does the heat play a factor in Brixen as an athlete?
It's actually quite a bit colder in the, like on the wall than it feels out in the crowd, but I definitely have I struggle a lot climbing in the heat. You know, in the U.S. I'm used to my real cold air-conditioned gyms, but yeah, it's definitely a factor. But everybody deals with the same things, so it's just something you have to learn how to overcome. There we go with Max.
Yeah, got there with the right hand and wants a bit from the crowd there. He did it pretty quickly, and there's his teammate going again. This is where he got to last time. Long rock over on that right foot.
Wow.
Can't get it. It's got time to do it. Yeah, good work from Max. Catching with the right hand, pretty difficult, but it did mean he could sort of stop himself in the corner.
Yeah, it gives you some nice opposition with the left foot. You can slow the spin down a little bit, not fly off.
So 2 climbers left. Into that flared crack, up to the pinches which are blocked, stops you getting a heel up there. He keeps popping off the left hand.
Yeah, this left edge is kind of oddly blocked. It's a lot better for your like pointer and middle, and then as you kind of go down your hand, it gets a little thinner. So.
Yeah, well, that's what's letting him down at the moment. We've got a minute on the clock. Remember, we're looking for the top 6 athletes. So that scoreboard, keep your eye on position number 6. Not right now, because they haven't climbed yet, but later on. We get to see for the first time the start of this, campusing through those moves.
Wow, yeah, those pinches are not great. the texture on those guys. Sometimes they feel very abrasive, but you just fire off.
And Hamish decides it's not going to happen. He leaves to save some skin and energy. And we stick with Ange as he gets 2 toes in for the starting position. Big move up to the crimp. Just isn't making that move work. It's not the best undercling. It's not a jug he's going to. It's quite flat.
Yeah, quite flat and really hard to create any opposition between the hands. The crimp is straight down pulling, and this holds flat and far away, so hard to stop your swing.
And tricky stuff. Collins back on. He'll have a go on that M3 we just watched with a nasty crimpy start, some campus moves, and then some kind of a rock over to finish. Colin with 2 tops is looking in a good position here. And this is where the pressure starts to kick in. If it is a high-scoring round, attempts, we've seen them become really important. And Yannick is going to enjoy being unleashed here with some powerful moves.
Oh yeah, not surprised at all. Yannick's found his way to the zone already.
Super strong from him as he gets into the splits, blocked hold. He's got a sloper and then the top to come. He's amazing, Yannick, because he's such a different climber depending on the boulder. He's one of the few who you really, like, for him to perform well, he needs a boulder that ticks his boxes, and then he just crushes it like this. Easy from him. And he finds boulders like that almost too easy, and then the ones he can't do just too hard. It's so tricky for him, and it's great to see him.
Calling an interesting position here on the zone.
Hit a nasty heel.
He was able to drop it back down.
Yeah, he's got a heel on the left. I think he's camming into the wall as well. He is.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he had the heel down and the left toe pressing up. Colin just takes a moment to breathe. All right, well, we see him for the first time. Ellis, first senior semi-finals for Boulder. Tell me a bit about him. I mean, we know he's a new athlete, but is it good to have these young kids coming through from the youth scene? Is it kind of a bit inspirational for you to see them?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we have a lot of really strong younger guys in the U.S. coming up through the comp scene, just growing up in the style, and they've kind of developed into great comp climbers. Ellis from Team Texas, which is a great program. He's had a lot of really good training and a lot of great resources that have kind of led him to being now a World Cup semifinalist.
Yeah, we see these hubs in the US, don't we? We've got one in Salt Lake, and then there's that Texas team, and they have an amazing lots of good facilities. Both of you do. The Team Texas had Annie Sanders, for example. She's come out of there. Seems like an intense place to be a part of a team. I think I'd be intimidated.
Definitely those big connected team vibes can make or break really good climbers, you know. So I think it's a great thing to have. If you're really stoked on climbing and you have something like that around to help you get into it, it's a great resource. Absolutely.
So strong kids coming out of the US. Ellis, it will be a big ask for him to make final against the field we have here, but you never know. Flavie Cohort last week from Team France, her first finals, she got a medal. It's totally possible. And she came out first in qualifying, so she qualified in last place during the semi-final.
That's right.
All right, Ellis tries to figure this out. Goes with the left foot. Pop the right there. This is where Colin was before, and he's...
Nice. Seems to be in a much better position.
Yeah, from now on, that right foot doesn't move for a long time.
Wow.
Slaps the wall on the way down in frustration.
Just looks like he's sliding quite a bit on this zone hold.
You can see him cleaning his shoes off as well. Ellis into the start.
Looking a little better with the fast method.
What are you taught to look at as a climber when you're on the mats like this? You've got 5 minutes. Do the coaches give you suggestions on like how to approach that 5 minutes?
Definitely. I think we kind of learn a lot more from our previous experiences and competitions and what we've seen in previous rounds. But I think everybody kind of handles how they take their 5 minutes differently, and it's a hard thing to put a concise like process on because it's going to be a lot different from a slab to a power boulder. So, yeah, always hard to decide how to utilize your time.
Absolutely. Do you practice it? Are there? Oh, look at this from Collins. He goes inverted this time. Gets the toes in. It's so
Nice.
powerful the way he's doing this.
Yeah.
And then he'll look to get the right foot up. Yeah, that's the toe cam I was talking, heel toe cam I was talking about on the
Wow,
left.
looks nice. If he can get this hand flipped, it would be huge.
Right, now he's got to trust the right foot. He hasn't really used his feet before like that. Yeah, and you have simulations where you get sort of 5-minute boulders and you practice your 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely takes. It definitely puts a different amount of pressure on you and makes the boulders feel a lot different than they are when you have that time constraint.
All right, Max comes to join us. He looks at M2, sporting a new necklace. I've noticed that before. And Alberto Hines Lopez, you heard him announced by the MC. Good to see him back in the semi-final. There is the Olympic gold medalist. Overbalances the first time. Max tries to figure this out, working well with the toes. And just off on the undercling. And Hamish is back on a slab, and from here, this move, those volumes are terrible, and then you've got to make a dynamic movement to what we think is either stopping on that hold he went to or paddling his way through.
Yeah, I like to imagine that it was that that paddle into the edge. That first hold's going to be quite hard to stop, but Hamish made it look like you could slow down the momentum quite a bit, but I think he just needs that right foot a little higher to get the push for that jump.
Yeah, definitely the crux of that boulder, that sequence. Hamish has a think about it. In fact, all our athletes are having a think. Max is in the center of your screen. And that's the starting couple of moves for Hamish. And we didn't catch it on camera, but we don't know whether it's dropping down onto that, which it might be with that amount of chalk, or standing on top of it.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I kind of read it first as a palm down jump, but yeah, after you mentioned just dropping down, it kind of seemed very possible. Just hang on that sloper and move the feet around to the right.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll keep an eye on Hamish as he works that first sequence. Let's see what he does. So he's going for the big jump and palm, as you said.
Yeah.
Well, a bit of both, really.
Yeah, jump to the sloper.
Yeah. And you can see him rocking up. Ange on your main screen is doing well with that foot pop. And Alberto is still trying to figure out this first move. Oh. Feet going super high as he tries to stop his swing. He's really using nothing up there. It's just pressing, isn't it? There's a thumb on the crimp.
Yeah, there's that one hold, and then the whole zone volume is not much. You can even see they have the corner glued, so you can't get the fingernails behind there.
Oh, he's trying, isn't it? Fingernails have become quite important recently. Do you ever leave them a little bit long just so you can do moves like that?
I leave them a little longer so I can crimp a little better, I think. If I feel the skin rolling over the ends of my nails, I feel like I can't get as close to the wall.
Yeah, that's fair. Alberto sticks it this time. Squatted really far down on the right leg to drop into the volume. Max getting some support. Well, we've seen all 4 boulders so far. I haven't seen too many tops in the second half of this field.
No, it definitely looks like it ramps up a little bit, but the whole round looks quite hard.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a gimme boulder. I know slab number 1 has been topped the most, but oh no, sorry, 3 on 3. So 1 and 2 have been topped the same, but they're not easy climbs. Hamish goes again. What's he going to be crimping this time? just looking for some kind of a purchase. Really, they're there just to make the feet less good, because he's standing on good things, but those black volumes push you away from the wall.
Yeah, exactly. And just underneath that right volume, you notice the angle of the wall changes and gets a lot steeper. And all that stuff in your chest kind of kicks you away from the wall as you're trying to do this jump.
Tricky stuff. Alberta tries to come in to the jibs. There's one out on the left, which is hard to see. There it is. Gets the left foot up, and if he can swing that right over, he'll be in a good position to get this, but it went before he was ready. Hamish goes again. He needs a strong finish to this. He's quicker through here. Sets up for a huge jump, and that was the paddle. Why is it called a paddle? Is it just because you're sort of hitting it and moving through? Or?
Yeah, I imagine so. Just the little push paddle. I don't know.
It's one of those words I use all the time, and I never think of the reason why. No go for Max. He leaves with 5 seconds to go. And you can see our semi-final starts to ramp up in intensity. Constant athletes coming through, and Yannick is on M3, which again we think he might enjoy. And there's Toby Roberts for the first time. He's got a Boulder medal already this season, his first one. And that line on his left leg is some pretty nasty rope burn that he sustained in Innsbruck, just to let you know. And he really wraps around. He took a nasty one.
Yeah, that is a nasty one.
Rope burn is when you get your legs sort of stuck in the rope during lead climbing and it wraps around as you fall. It's an injury that every climber has done at some point.
For sure, yeah. I know I've gotten plenty of rope burn over my day.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with Toby. He's not injured, but just because people wonder what that line is. Right, Yannick holds on to the slopers, gets the right foot out. Matches the zone hold now and looking really good as he moves right.
It's a great boulder for Yannick. Oh.
Then that is always that right foot, because it's a good foot.
Yeah. It's trying to flip that left hand from the pinch to the palm. This seems to be the crux, and it's all about getting your weight over that right foot to allow you to do it.
So Ellis takes the fall on M2. We're watching Colin as he's got thumbs underneath the volume, then brings the right foot up and sets himself for the jump.
Wow.
Seemed in two minds. You almost tried to stop.
Yeah, I think the more you're able to slow yourself and control your speed through that hold, the more precise you can be into this next edge. And it is slightly blocked, so you need to kind of slow that motion down a little bit.
All right, Toby goes again, bumping the hand along the zone hold. Just the side of his foot pressing against the volume. Now he drops the heel down.
Wow.
Fall for Toby. Keep an eye on Yannick. He's trusting the rock. Same position he fell. Ellis is looking good. He's up to the crimp with the left hand.
Wow, controlling that zone.
So points on the board, but then he falls. But yeah, the zone is awarded. He gets bumped up into 6th place. Colin has finished all his boulders, and he's leading the way. But he's in action now. He's got the zone. Sorry, not finished. He's on the last boulder is what I meant to say. And he's got this big jump. Meanwhile, Toby on the center of your screen gets the left foot on the jib. Oh, look at the tendon standing out as he squats on that left leg. Colin falls at the very top. And Yannick is back to where he was before. So Zach, talk me through this. So the crux move is, so he's got the right hand.
It seems to be, the crux seems to be getting the weight over that right foot as he's doing right now and flipping that left hand to the palm. Yannick seems to be the only person that's been able to even try to move that left hand around. We saw Hamish earlier just trying to take it and keep it as a pinch and lock off real far and go right hand again.
Top for Toby. His dad said to me the other day, Toby never seems to just do things easily. He has to fight for them and scare everyone.
Toby does have some really, really good try hard in him. There's been plenty of clips of Toby on the wall where it looks like a grovel all the way to the top, but he seems to seems to get things done. He's had a very impressive first season.
Yeah, he has indeed. Got a medal in lead as well last year. So he'll be enjoying Innsbruck next week. But Ellis is making progress here. He's one move away from a position where he can chalk up.
Oh.
And looks straight at his skin, maybe. He might have hurt himself there. He's acting like it's not skin, like it's something pulley-wise.
I hope his fingers are all good.
Oh, we'll keep an eye on that. Colin drops down low, just his left foot on the plastic coping of the wall as he now bumps it up. He's come very, very close. Nearly made the top just now. Matches with the thumbs.
Finding a little screw hole.
Oh. Yeah, hey, I think you can chalk up on it, casual as you like. I don't think I've seen that before. That's cool. All right, now he sets up for the jump. Oh, nearly gets it. And Yannick leaves as well. Yannick waves goodbye. And then Angers runs on. And then from France, Leo Favot, his first semi-finals down to the left. There he is from Team France. And Zach, like Team France, there are certain power teams. I keep talking about this. It used to be like Slovenia, maybe Japan, and you guys came along and started destroying everyone. But Team France, like they are so good. They have so much depth in their squad.
Yeah, they had an amazing season for sure, and they have a wide range of athletes that seem to be good on multiple different styles. But I feel where the French excel the most is definitely in their slab game. So I'm excited to watch Leo on this first boulder.
Absolutely. Well, he will be soaking it in. Alberto, meanwhile, he's used to more than one semi-finals. Jumps out right easily into the zone hold. Then into the crimp. Slides off with the left hand. Had to rotate his whole body around to get that done.
Yeah, quite a swoop in that move.
All right, Max on this crux section.
Well, opting for the left foot to flip the left hand around. See if he can get back into position here.
Oh, the right exploded off. Yeah, I mean, it looked like it might work, but the twist, just trusting the right, as you can see the amount of pressure he put through his fingers.
Yeah, and that right hand jib is quite miserable up there. So
miserable, that's brilliant. I love, one of the great things about having different people in the commentary box is everyone has a different way of describing things. I love a miserable hold, that's brilliant. Angers is on the slab, dynamically got himself up there, thumbs pressing again, either into the screw on, which probably will be chalked up by Colin's attempt earlier now. Yeah, he is in the same one.
Ooh. Really great go with that coordination. That'll be, if he can get any closer to that, I'm sure we can see him do it. So.
Yeah, he's come close, but then Colin got to the same place and just couldn't unlock it. So it's not an easy move. Look at the scoreboard. First two, doable. Second two, not yet. Alberto goes up again. Heavily taped on that right leg. I think it might be just a blood injury. Not allowed to bleed out there on the mats. Toe underneath.
Wow, I'm doing this move static this time. It's the first time we've seen it done that way.
Yeah, totally different beater for him as well. He went big dynamic move the first time. Into the zone, then the right toe is on that tenuous blocked hold.
Nice.
Good work. And it's good to see Alberto on form. He sometimes struggles with it. Oh, look at this from Leo as he drops the right leg down. And looks at the final jump. Oh. Right hand was dancing along it, trying to get some grip. So M2 is empty. And we switch over to Max. He's trying to shake it out. You can see the veins standing out on his right arm especially. Getting rid of some pump. into the first of the sharp crimps. Campusy move over to the right, which really is you guys' bread and butter, that kind of a move. Matches the sloper. Maybe starting to get tired.
Yeah, definitely. The friction on those things are very unforgiving as well. You got to pinch extra hard, Hanze, on the jump.
Hanze, so there's one hold above that hold he's going for. There's a sort of a 3-move sequence. Leo again, he nearly got this before. He's got a minute, have one more attempt if he falls on this. Trusts the left foot, stands up and it bobbles. Oh. So a foot slip sends him down and he scraped his left leg. Now he's going to have to play a bit of a careful game here. He's chalking the blood up. Not advised, but it might solve the problem. But he
definitely a good temporary fix.
Yeah, because he hasn't really got enough time to take that leg. 2 thumbs engaged.
Oh.
He's got 26 seconds, he'll go one more time. Max is going again. That's where he fell before, better with the pinches this time. Just seems all over, such a physical way of doing it.
Yeah, it's very, very physical boulder.
7 seconds to go, Anjay does not get it done. Neither does Leo, coming very close. Taking a war wound in the process, but leaving with only the zone. All right, so Yannick's on M4. Toby's on M2. Ellis is on M3. And Nimrod Marcus down the end on the first climb from Israel. Ayala Karem, his teammate, climbing in the finals last night. Really exciting to see her. And Nimrod's done well last couple of comps.
Yeah, but Nimrod is definitely extremely, extremely strong. He's had some good competition, some good results.
All right, Toby goes back, just check something with the judges. Might be a starting position.
I was floating out to that first pinch.
That looked effortless, didn't it?
Going foot first, like Colin. See if he can make it happen.
Oh, this is full on. Gets the double toes in. They're going to have to match where his right hand is, and that right hand will be... Oh, no, he's not. He's stretching up. That right hand was in the position for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Toby can't quite get the reach, moves the left foot lower on the starting hold, catches it on the volume.
Just kicking that foot out fast. And static like Alberto.
Look at that left hand, it just didn't move. Super good from Toby, one move away, he's going to press towards the top. Oh, he does it dynamically. Oh, but thinks better of it. Remember, Toby does not make anything easy.
He has that right heel, which seems to be trapping him with the distance a little bit, but it could also, there he goes, taking it out. Oh, catching it under the volume.
Needs to match, and he does.
Wow.
And you were right with that right toe. He thought about it and realized and made the adjustment on the wall.
Yeah, it's a nice thing to have for matching the top, but it makes it hard to get your hips over that foot and move out to that finish hold.
Well, Toby is at the moment doing enough for a finals place. If we take the leaderboard as it is, the second half is harder than the first half, so he's got the 2 boulders he needs done. And Yannick is working as part of the brushing team there to make sure everything's ready. M3 is proving difficult. No one topping it yet. And you got Nimrod on the top left of your screen on the starting moves at a slab. He starts moving off, using the method most people are trying, which is falling down, using the right foot to scrape against the wall.
Yannick also finding those screw holes here on the 4th boulder.
Is that something you guys are practicing? Because we're seeing it used more and more.
Yeah, definitely. I think, well, just the volumes have just gotten so bad that the screw holes are just the best things on them. So I think when you're standing on a slab and you're just looking for something and you see one of those, you're like, oh, sweet.
I want to see a training board with a screw hold on it. Someone should start putting that in. Oh, strong from Nimrod as he drops in. A lot of shoulders required to stop that. And now he's got to figure out this move. Does he go full dynamic or does he do it more slowly?
It looks like he's trying to build those feet up higher first. Wow.
That right hand, it looks, because it's got some chalk on it now, it looks like there is a hold in there, but it's very little to grab.
Yeah, definitely. That finish hold is super directional, so it's hard to hang on to without any feet on the wall. It's quite good, but straight sideways. So
yeah, tough.
He's trying to go fast there.
Yeah, he's got a minute to go and looks a bit tired. Yannick hasn't got this jump yet.
Wow, trying to just pull all the way through.
It's blocked. The one he's going for is blocked as well. We keep missing it on camera. You have to be precise on it and be jumping out and up. So a lot of movement going on. Right, he got this move before, catching it with his left shoulder.
Oh.
Seemed more stretched out at times. It was a further fall. He's got. Oh, it's. I thought he had two fingers in the screw hole there, but no. He's up underneath. Now he eyes. You can see the blocked hold now. Seems to be missing it.
Yeah, still deciding to go with that crossover method. I missed his first couple of attempts, but he must not have liked the match too much.
All right, Yannick leaves. Nimrod leaves. Everyone leaves. Boulder 3 and 4, elusive so far. Ritsu Gayotani comes on from Japan. The first of many Japanese athletes in this final. I'm trying to count quickly while I speak. 1, 2, 5 Japanese athletes, so strong field from them. Saratu qualifying in the highest position. He'll be out second to last. And Alberto is back from Spain on M3. Powerful straight away from Alberto.
Making that move to zone look very easy. Looking strong on this pinch.
That's the hold he has to work with. And the athletes are rotating through that.
You could tell he was thinking about the flip, but just seems so improbable in that position. Doesn't seem like the guys want to do it too bad.
No. Nasty move in the middle of that wall. Ritsu is underway. He's not actually standing on anything, just the volumes. He falls to the left, and that volume getting more and more chalked up, making it look like the obvious thing to do. And look on the right, Max trying to jump around as he does on the slab. And Leo is on M2. There is Max. So let's see how he does that. I just caught a glimpse of him jumping to the right.
Looked like he was going for that double pommel method, jumping with both his right palm down first and then the left, and then right hand up into that zone. I think Yannick did a similar version to that, but stopped in the press on that black hold.
Well, keep an eye on him. He's on the top right of his screen. Alberto falls. Max goes for the jump. Oh, nice, yeah, wow.
Yeah, just left palm down.
A few different ways through that then. And he goes up trying to get a thumb involved on that volume. Finds the screw hold. Tries to go one higher. You can't mantle up on those things. They're just too bad. And close, but not quite for Max. Ritsu as well, struggling on the first moves. Just make sure his feet are clean. Alberto on the top. And Leo just sits for a while to contemplate M2. So watch the left hand. That's the one we think they might want to flip over to face, so the fingers are facing towards the audience or backwards. Like that.
There he goes. Finding a really nice position here.
Oh! If that foot hadn't gone, he could have been in there.
Yeah, that was a really, really good go from Alberto. Closest we've seen so far, for sure.
Ritsu misses the jibs. Opting for a faster method. Look at from Max, that unique method. I don't even know what it's called. It's like a Mario jump, you know? Like his body's in the same position. Leo is still resting on M2. He's been there for a while. I reckon he'll probably count, yeah, down to about the 120. And now he stands up to go.
Sometimes that's a really good strategy, especially here in the in a hotter climate. You know, if you know what to do on the boulder and it takes a lot of friction, just sitting on the pads and getting as much rest and cooling the skin down for one last go is sometimes the best tactic.
Yeah, and he's still resting. They've got now the minute buzzer goes. All right, Max lines up this jump. We can really see how tricky it is now from this angle. It's a terrible slope at that one. He's going for.
It looks so bad.
All right, Leo had a rest, but he's back at it now. He's got that left leg taped up after scraping it on the wall, on the slab. He's done. Can't work it out. Alberto leaves as well.
One more go for Max.
Yeah, getting that move dialed now.
This seems like a boulder that you could give attempts on pretty fast, so definitely see some buzzer beater attempts here on this boulder for.
Yeah, fingers crossed. 10 seconds to go.
Oh.
And no send for Max. So that is his comp done. He's sitting in 6th position, and that's a shaky place to be with that many athletes to go.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Tomoe Narasaki comes on, winner in Salt Lake on the far left of your screens. Fairly new dad as well. I shouted that out last time in Prague, and I'll stop doing it, but I think it's just super impressive anyone can have a kid that soon and then focus on climbing. I think I'd just be exhausted all day, lying in bed. But there is Tomoe climbing at this level still. Absolute veteran, legend of the sport. Easily into the first position, pressing with the thumbs. Adjust the feet.
Wow, making quick work of that intro to zone.
He was smart on the jib because he was pressing the sort of, not a toe catch, but the top of his foot into that
Yeah, almost
jib.
just clamping with the arches of his feet around the corner of that volume. Looked really nice.
That's a flash for Tomoe.
Wow, amazing.
When he's on form, he's really on. Quick flash from Tomoe. Look, Toby's first one to top Boulder 3. Oh, he didn't catch it. We'll see a replay, but Toby is enjoying it up there. And that could be a finals position if he manages to get his own in the next one. He's already on the top spot.
No, that is a great spot for Toby to be in.
And Ellis is on the final climb. Well, Toby, can he conquer this one in a minute? He's got 5 minutes to rest, or more than 5 minutes to rest.
Oh, Ellis going for the double palm down.
It looked pretty good. Hard to hold the balance point, though.
Yeah, need to get those fingers facing out towards the crowd so you can get that chest a little closer to the wall.
So good idea, but not quite from him. Meanwhile, Rob Marcus is brushing up the starting holds. Here he goes again. Will he go for the double palm? Oh, he does, and makes it stick.
There he goes.
Well, it wasn't the cleanest, but he's through. Standing on the big hold now. He's got to trust that right foot's going to stay where he's put it.
He can rock over and get this zone. He goes, oh, man. Nimrod looking quite extended through this toe hook. Can be a big rip out to that zone. Close to controlling it, though.
And let's see the beginning of Toby's boulders. We saw the top, here's the bottom. So campusing out, and I'm fascinated to see what he did to get through this.
Me as well.
So it drops down with the left. So far, so normal. Oh, well. We missed the bit I wanted to see. But that's the top of it anyway. And then he enjoyed being up there. So, boulder 3 is climbable. We know that. Nimrod resting. And he walks forward, making sure everything's as clean as he wants it to be. Ellis will go again. Drops the thumbs in, spots the screw on, which is heavily chalked up.
Just opting for that screw hole on top, trying to decide which one he likes the best.
Yeah, trying to figure it out, moving the feet slowly, slowly. Now gets set for the big jump, tries to see and nearly stopped for a moment. It's pretty, I think it'd be very difficult to fully stop on that.
Yeah, I think you need to keep going, but the more that you can slow yourself down, the easier it's going to be precise going to that next blocked crimp. So.
Nimrod on one of his last goes, screaming through. Looking in good shape is Nimrod Marcus at the moment. All right, we're going to see that section we missed on Toby. Thank you very much to the crew working behind the scenes on this one, because we really want to watch that move. Ellis falls at the beginning. All right, here we go, Zach. Oh, not quite. Stick with Ellis as he stands up, bumping through, palms down. Marcus bumps up to the corner and he looks like he's burning out. And I think he's done. All right, let's see that Toby move in the middle. So, out. Match the sloper.
Campusing in.
Crazy strong. Then he gets the high right foot and then just goes for the big rock. But we're interested in his left hand.
Now looking really strong on these holds, not even matching the zone. See if he finds that flip or just decides to. Wow!
Oh, cross through. Wow.
Insane. I was not expecting that to be the method that
no,
he went
and
with.
He's still not, I mean, he's on the hold now with the right hand, but the left isn't really on anything. Now his fingers are better on it. But
wow. That is insane.
Well, I'm so glad we saw the replay of that, because, yeah, bonkers move from Toby.
Yeah, that is not the method I was expecting. Wow.
Well, thank you to the crew for setting that one up. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone in the audience. It's a really nice audience. Kids are there. There's some shredded people with their tops off in the middle. And it just shows how hot it is. A few athletes down there as well. Just everyone's struggling with the heat here in Brixen. But today the clouds have come over, so it's not quite as intense. Right, Leo. Well, we saw how Toby did it. Will anyone else do the same thing?
I have my doubts. I think this palm down method, Leo making it look really good, finding the edge.
Yeah, this is how we presumed it would be done. But, oh, the power to bring the left foot.
Leo finding it, just trying to get a little more. Oh,
that right hand exploding off.
Man.
I think his face was disappointed the second he fell off through the air. He was kind of going, no. Ritsu outright holds the helicopter style swing. And there's a judge coming over, and I wonder what she's telling Leo. Oh, it's his
bib flying off.
Bib flying off. Ritsu crosses through. He might finish it from here. The match. And all he's got to do is that right heel. He's got to flick it out, which he does.
Yeah, give himself a little bit more room to do this last move.
Keeps the toe locked in, though. And now he's working to bring it up. Oh. He fell as he brought the right foot out. We haven't talked much about him, but Jan-Luca Posch is on the slab on M1. He made his first finals last week in Prague. He has a B on the screen there as it comes through. I think it's a long way from the climber, don't panic. All right, Alberto sets up for this paddle jump. 1, 2 hands.
Yeah, interesting to see Toby do the beater on M3, and I'm watching Leo do it probably the way it's meant to be or intended to be set. Toby really doing some crazy things with that left-hand cross-through. Gianluca, tongue out in concentration, needs to bring the right foot in, does. Ah.
Oh, wow.
That move is so spectacular every time I see it.
Yeah.
Well, we're starting to understand these boulders now. Certainly the first one, you really have to climb if you want to be in touch. The only person who didn't was Hamish within the top 6. Sorry, Hamish and Alberto, but we are expecting them to slip down. Big names to come. And Ritsu's resting, trying to get the pump out of that right forearm. Alberto waits the beginning of the boulder while Leo sits on his heels and rests at the back of the mats. Alberto doing kind of lots of different methods in one with that.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to decide. I think the low and slow seems to be the easiest, but with the comp moves, I for sure would be sucked into the. Oh, here we go, Alberto trying to do the low slow method.
Yeah, and I don't think he liked it very much. I mean, the problem with the low slow is the hold's going to get worse as it progresses with 19, 20 athletes.
For sure,
touching
yeah.
it. Ritsu might be burning out. Leo has waited a long time, but he's decided this is his moment. 45 seconds to go. Ritsu leaves us on the top left. Here goes Leo. He got fingertip close before. Gets the right hand, has to trust the foot, palming down. One finger!
Oh,
Just one finger engaged there. Yeah, I think Leo's done. Good fight from him. No one getting the top of M4. Alberto will leave. All right, another rotation, and we're getting through it now. Not many to go. If you're just joining us, welcome to Brixen in Italy, near the Austrian border. My name is Matt Groom, and I'm joined by Zach Gallagher in the commentary box. Zach is a USA team athlete, an expert on movement, and it's great to get your insights here today.
No, I appreciate it.
All right, Tomoe Narisaki, another expert of movement, is back. And then Toby Roberts, after heroics on M3. Can he do the same on M4? Tomoe flashed Boulder 1. We've barely seen him. This one might prove a bit trickier. And Yoshiyuki Ogata is on the stage. Good to see him climb well last week.
Yeah, I love seeing Yoshiyuki in the final. Definitely one of my favorites to watch.
He's a lot of athletes' favorite athletes.
Yeah, I think he just has really good style. He has like a great combo between just good flow on the wall and also just being insanely strong. I think most of the athletes are just impressed by his just physical, just strength. So I'm excited to watch him on boulders 2 and 3.
Absolutely, yeah, that's coming up. Nimrod's struggling with this. Trusting the foot, wraps around. He's got to flick it, and now he does.
See if he can get that left hand to the palm, and he does.
Oh, Mr. Krim.
The edge is in a weird position on that volume because it's not backed up to the lip of the hold. It's just right below. So it's kind of if you hit the volume, it kind of shoots you out over the crimp instead of into the end cut that you want.
Good point. Complicated movement on that boulder. Ishiki goes, and Tomoe has topped out. That's why you're not seeing him, but we'll show you a replay in a second. Toby trying to figure out this, goes again and again. Oh, stops on the double palm. You can see the rope bone I was talking about before on his left leg.
Yeah, man, that is looking not good.
It's a nasty one. I'm not saying it to criticize Toby, it's just because it's a new scar on his body.
Hey, we know he's been training for lead, though.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's subtle, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Toby can't stop on the palms, but is straight back on. And Yoshiki starts to creep left. Bit too quick to hold that. Ooh, that's more of the max method.
Yeah, Toby trying to make that fast method work.
Yeah, Tomoa's gone. That's why M2 is blanked out. Don't worry, we'll show you that in a minute. Nimrod is swinging around on the campus section. Toby cannot figure out the jump, and Yoshiyuki cannot figure out the move left, so lots of thinking going out there on the mats.
Oh, Toby getting really close to that fast method.
Yeah, you feel like it's any go, and he's going to get it. We'd like the zone to finish things off, and if he gets the zone, he'd be in a really strong position to make finals tonight.
I think he's already in a great spot, but that zone would for sure put him in.
Yeah.
Oh, and just missing that jib.
Yoshiyuki is getting annoyed with the slab. Keeps falling on the same move. And Nimrod is having the rest that we're used to on M3.
Yeah.
Maybe the most powerful one out there. Or perhaps it's just a combination of being burnt out on Boulder 2 as well, because that's...
I think that definitely adds to the equation. Having both the power boulders back-to-back like that does not give you much rest, unless you find some luck and do too fast.
Yeah. All right, Toby is established. Right, well, he's got the first move done. He's got a minute to try to work out the paddle dyno at the top.
I would love to see this move get done.
Me too. But he's not known for these kind of moves.
Yoshiyuki finding the zone on one as well.
Oh yeah, keep an eye on him. And yeah, as we've seen many people do before, falling off that sloper. Yoshiki's got 36 seconds. He's trying to stand up, gets the left hand, can't bring the right through.
Wow.
And Nimrod leaves us with 30 seconds to go.
Oh man.
He's trying everything. He tried to undercling that with the fingers. Toby's having to hurry, 16 seconds if he can just lock this in. He's got the zone, of course. It's not going to be enough time to get this, but Toby fighting to the end.
One more go at that jump. Oh, wow.
Far off. Well, Toby Roberts, I don't know if he's guaranteed a final yet, but he might be. And this is the replay of Tomoa. This is how he did the boulder. Did it quickly as well, flashed it. So Tomoa is 2 out of 2 on the flashes. Oh, struggled with the feet, got the left in eventually. He stepped right out to the crim, didn't stop climbing at any moment.
Yeah, Tomoa seems to always have this like very consistent pace from the bottom to the top of the boulder, whether it's coordination or just a straightforward strength boulder like this. He doesn't seem to have too much of a hiccup. Kind of carries this momentum from the first move to the last. It's very impressive.
That's very true. That's how Tomoa did it. Okay, new athlete on. Jack McDougall from Great Britain. First semi-finals as well. Team GB getting a lot of athletes through into the men's semis. Not so much for the women's yesterday. I just watched Jack in Dallas, was impressed by him in the youth circuit, and he's transitioning, and I've seen quite a few athletes transition. We know there's a few athletes who are waiting for Olympic qualifiers before perhaps they end their careers. It's a very interesting time in the climbing world.
It really is, yeah. This is a huge year for competition climbing, you know, it being the qualifying year for the Paris 2024 Olympics. So
yeah, it could be a bit of a change in some of the personnel, we'll see. Jack getting close on his first couple of goes. I think he's just checking with the judges to make sure the starting position was all right. He's not allowed to communicate with the coaches. Leo gets set up and jumps. Yeah, I didn't realize that the IFSC judges pay quite a lot of attention to that. They're watching the athletes to see if they are talking to the coaches. Because you can shout at your coaches, you know, you can kind of say whatever you want to.
Yeah,
the coaches can't respond back. That's what they're looking out for.
Huh.
They do watch. I'm not warning you specifically.
Yeah, no,
I
I never even thought about yelling at Josh while I was on the mats.
Yeah. All right, Jack struggling. Jack in his first semi-finals, he's going to do his best, forget the rest and move through. And there is Gianluca Posch. And we had a lot of chat about his knee pad. It's not a knee pad, just to let you know what is on his left. It's to do with an injury. And I was told by Cody last week, the route setter, that he would have had to have that okayed by the IFSC, because you can't just sort of just wear whatever you want. You have to check things sometimes.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a sneaky knee brace with some rubber on there.
Would be good, wouldn't it? Maybe sewn into the material somewhere. Look at this from Leo. He tries to stop on the sloper and can't, with a big smile on his face, and Jack looking better. You can hear the French team screaming at Leo. All right, and Luca swings around. Now, he's tall. There's a lot of Jan, and holding that helicopter movement's going to be quite difficult.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely pros and cons. The bigger you are in that move, the more weight you got to hold up, the more momentum you got going around. But if you're a little taller, you can kind of release out of that toe hook earlier. You have a little less swing going into that zone.
Yeah, height never really a disadvantage or an advantage. And we do talk about height quite a lot, because it just changes how the athletes do a boulder sometimes, or a problem.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen a lot of our shorter competitors have good success on 2, like Colin, for example. And then I think 3 seems to be a little better if you're shorter, getting up into that small box and flipping that hand around and getting those tight positions.
Really compressed, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Leo's come close, but he's not really trying to move through the sloper yet. He's trying to stop on it. Now,
wow, Leo really close on that jump.
And kick the wall in the process.
Man, Leo's really close to having an amazing round, just dropping the top on, I think maybe every boulder so far. Looking really good on the jump of 4.
Yeah, true. Look at his scores. Zones apart from 2. Jack trying to go quickly, hasn't got the feet set yet. So interesting as we come into the last 30 seconds. No one really getting that close apart from Leo, who's in the same place as everyone's got to on that. Gianluca swinging, can't hold it. Keep an eye on Leo.
Wow, really, really close.
Well, someone is likely to unlock this. Who's it going to be? Toby couldn't get it done. Meiichi Narasaki is on next for Japan. That's a cable cam shot. Runs across, allows us to get this really cool shots of the audience and the stage at the same time. And some rather artistic ones through the trees that I like. Right, Meiichi Narasaki smiles at the audience. Samoa's brother, and he looks at these movements. And there is Tomoa, making sure the hold is clean. Now, Tomoa has flashed 2 out of 2. I'm not sure he's going to flash this, but if he does, I'm going to go insane.
I wouldn't put it past him. I definitely could see Tomoa doing this boulder.
It would be cool. We'll see in a sec. Nimrod, meanwhile, drops slow and slow, but can't get it. And Yoshiyuki Ogato, he said he might enjoy this, so let's find out.
Oh, I'm excited for this one.
Holds the swing, left foot in. Slaps that volume. A few people have done that to just break the momentum a bit.
Wow, I'm jumping a little too hard at this hold. Tomoa through to the zone on 3.
All right, well, this is the flash go. It's a big, oh, sorry, not a flash go. Well, he's had a few now, so he can settle down. Stop the hype. Yeah, so looking at the top 6, Hamish MacArthur in the danger zone at the moment. Alberto Hines Lopez, Tomoa Narasaki, Yannick Flowey, Colin Duffy, and Toby Roberts are our top 6 as it stands. Nimrod coming through. Goes more to the left than we've seen on that hold.
Yeah, seemed a little far out from the wall on that jump.
Mechi once again up to the start hold. Oh, everything popped. 2 hands coming off. And Yoshiyuki had a rest, and he goes again. Asking for a brush straight away.
Just losing that left hand on that move to zone.
Tomoa waits, the photographer poised down at the front of the stage. See, Tomoa's got a plastic bag. We can see what's in his bag. Right, comes across. Is this boulder climb the way you thought it would, the slab?
I mean, I guess so. I couldn't really read an exact beta, and it kind of seems like the ideas that I've had have all been done at this point. But really hard to pick and choose between what you would do. Nothing super intuitive on that one.
No, and it's a good set because everyone, apart from really, well, even this slab we're watching Nimrod on, everyone does it in a different way. So
yeah, especially the intro.
Yeah, and it keeps it interesting. I like it when it happens. Oh, look, we got a top. That is Yoshiyuki on M2. Mechi's through as well.
See if he goes for the step up fully fast method. And he does, makes it work.
That move looks like one they've practiced, you know. It's like when an athlete gets it, it looks really learned.
Yeah.
All right, well, 2 out of the 4 get done. Sorry, 3 out of the 4 get done. I think there is Tomoa still. All right, well, we thought Tomoa might get this a bit quicker. He's still got time, a minute on the clock. 2 flashes, he's still in the top 6. He's got a zone on this boulder. Nimrod catching the swing and slide. Into the screw on with the thumb. Up with just a finger. Uses the thumb. Oh, that was close again. Tomoa comes off the right foot. I think he's done. He is done. Okay, so no top for Tomoa. He has one last look back at Nimrod on M4. Nimrod coming pretty close to getting this.
Yeah, definitely. The zone on this boulder seems like more of an obstacle than a hold. Oh.
That's it. Big smile on his face, but he is outside. Well, let's see Yoshiyuki and how he did this, because we just saw him top out. So far so normal. Ooh, bit of a bobble there. Kept it together. Swinging out to the zone. Yeah, pretty normal method. Out with the right. And then gets the left toe.
Oh, wow. Hand-toe hook match made that move look nice.
Yeah, super solid to get there. And we know they need to remove the heel, which he does. Changes it into a toe. Oh!
Oh. Wow.
Second time, the fingertip stuck. And that was how he finished things off. All right, Adam Ondra is on the left. Silver medalist from Prague. And we spent a long time talking to that man yesterday. Out in the hillside, so there'll be an interview coming at some point about Mr. Adam Ondra. Pleasure to see him again.
Yeah, he's had quite the spectacular return to comp climbing, you know. It was very impressive that he transitioned from just taking that break, climbing on rock, then just hopping in halfway through the season and finding himself on the podium in Prague.
I asked him yesterday why he chose Prague, you know, if that would just surely heap more pressure on him or more attention. He was just like, look, the pressure would have been there, whatever.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter if it was my second comp or third comp, so he just decided to choose that one as a sort of a big return.
Closest to home, too.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Like, oh, I might as well go over there. I heard there's a World Cup going on.
Yeah,
Come home with the medal. Oh, really nice way to do that intro on 4.
Yeah, Ritsu looking good. Has the thumb in. Jack McDougall on the top left, and Luca Posch, and then this man, Ritsu, with the thumbs, sets for the jump.
Wow.
There is Jack as he matches. It's funny, when an athlete sticks it, it looks like an absolute sinker of a jug, and then someone they don't, you realise how hard it is. Ritsu presses, just a thumb on the jib. Gets set for the jump. So Zach, movement-wise, why is that jump so difficult? Why is everyone falling off it?
I think just not having any hands to control your momentum in or out of the wall while you're setting up definitely makes that move really hard. And those, the angle of the wall there, you know, your feet are on the slab and then the hands kind of kick back into that steep zone. And the volumes right in front of you are kind of pushing your chest away from the wall, and it just makes it real hard to get close and stay in for that paddle.
Yeah, all of them struggling with it. First move's not too bad, but yeah, it's the move Ritsu's coming to that Zach was talking about. So this move here, so he's been pushed back by the volumes. I guess a bit blind, he's kind of underneath it looking up.
Yeah, hard to get your weight over your feet and just jump straight up. For these, you definitely want to stay as close as possible, but you still got to dodge these. Ah.
All right, so no one yet topping. All 4 climbers still in action. Adam making the first moves look easy now. Jack makes sure the heel's locked in, toes pointing towards the mats, changes it to a toe. Oh, sliding off with the right hand. And Luca Posch doing the normal pose on Boulder 3, which is waiting. Waiting to get unpumped.
Ooh. Adam looking for some way to stop and just falling over on 1.
Ritsu not getting any closer on that jump. Yeah, Adam would like just to get underway here. Everyone who's currently, apart from Hamish, who's in the top 6, has got Boulder 1 at least his own. Adam hasn't yet, so he's leaving himself a lot to do if he doesn't get this. Better.
Better, for sure.
Jan Luca has stopped resting. Now he's campusing. Briefly. Jack's through the first moves, but he's struggling with this one. This jump out. Oh. It's not going to work, and he's not going to get the zone for Boulder 2. And neither is Adam Ondra, so he leaves with no scores. And as the last couple of athletes, we've only got 3 to go. Things are pretty open in the top 6. Lots could happen. There's Leo walking. I think there's Leo walking down from France. He was climbing. He's got. Is that? Oh, it was a skateboard. No, it's not. He joins the athletes, and Jeong Won-chon comes on from Korea. He can surprise you. He's made multiple finals this year already, including in his home city of Seoul.
Yeah, he was extremely excited about that one. I got to hang out with him a little after that competition, and he was, he was really happy to have done good in his hometown.
Awesome from Jeong-won. Yoshiyuki out with the right foot.
Making that pinch look like a jug.
It looks like he might bring the left in. He's thinking about it like Toby did, but now changes his mind. Is he going to flick the left hand? Oh,
wow. Almost finding that edge.
All right, Meichi is on the last move of men's 2. Up towards the top. Easy match from him.
Well.
And Zhongwon almost stops on the slab on the left. And we stick with Tomoa Narasaki, sitting in 4th place. Gets the zone, so that will help the scoreboard. Bumps him up into 2nd place straight away. He's also away off that jump. Zhongwon runs back on, and Yoshiyuki is resting on 3. So still to come, Tsurata and Raku from Japan, and then Do-hyun Lee from Korea. 2 to go before we start caught between 2 words there, losing boulders. So we'll see Boulder 1 twice more. Yoshiyuki on the zone. Looks for the right hand, flips the left into a pinch.
Yeah. Whoa.
Doesn't go for him this time. Tomoa's back on. Palms down. And then thumbs, as we've seen so often, underneath the volume, gets set for the jump.
Wow, really close there from Tomoa. Just not quite ready to snag that crimp, just not in the right position or something.
Yeah, and I'm presuming they're going to stop on the crimp and not do another move through to the top.
I'd imagine so. Yeah, that crimp looks pretty good. I think you'll be able to stop there one hand, but you definitely have to be ready to stop that momentum. Catch really hard with the right.
Yeah, so really tricky there at the top. Yoshiyuki just wanting a bit more of a brush. Those holes have been covered with chalk since we started, and they won't be getting any stickier.
Yoshiyuki getting a far back view.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to see the final hold.
It really is.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
And it's good, but you don't know. I mean, we only know it because of Toby and a few people. No, just Toby.
Oh, Tomoa making
yes!
that jump work.
Wow, well, it's possible. Latched the crimp, and the second he got some 4 fingers on it, he was through.
Amazing.
That really is, and that is going to bump him his 2nd position. First time Boulder 4 gets done. Toby Roberts on the top spot. So, Toby Roberts, Tomoa Narasaki, Colin Duffy, Yannick Floe, Meiichi Narasaki, and Alberto Hines Lopez make up our 6 at the moment. Hamish MacArthur eventually gets pushed down. We thought it might happen. He's now out. Yoshiyuki going again. 40 seconds left.
Wow.
Better.
Yeah, looking really good right here. Yoshiyuki wrapping. Oh. Just deciding to wrap with that right hand instead of going into the crimp.
That was the last go for him, but Zhongwon will still carry on. I don't think he's got the zone. No, he hasn't. Oh. And it's the foot pop. And that. Oh, let's have another look at Tomoa, shall we? First one to get the dyno at the top. I want to see it again. So from the bottom, pretty standard. That Max Milne first did that style of jump. And gets set. And what was he doing differently? Let's see. Oh, look at the swing with the legs. Oh, whatever he did, he got it done that time.
Tomoa is just crazy good at the coordination. Not surprised he was the first to get that one done.
All right, Adam Ondra is underway on M2. Tsurata will be on M1. See him for the first time. And I'm getting a long look at all the holds, just having a chat with the judge, and there is Tsurata. He just has an ability to stick to holds like no one I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree. It is insane.
I think he'll be able to demonstrate that later on. Adam goes very statically up to the pinch.
See if he can find the balance here, and he does.
Tries to undercling, changes his mind, just puts the thumb in. Now underclings it.
There he goes. Let's see what Serrato has for this last move here. And he finds it.
Right, left, and that was a quick send for Serrato, so he's underway. And Adam gets the pinch this time.
Ooh.
Struggling with that move. And that's why he was talking to the judge. So you can see the blood out there, and he cannot climb like that. So the judges will be keeping a careful eye on him.
Gianluca finding the first move on 4.
Yeah, he might struggle with this part of it, getting into the box. You can see how squatted his legs have to be. But if he can get stood up, oh, how close can you get to falling? He's crimping the top of the volume now. Slowly brings the right foot up, gets set for the jump.
Ooh.
Wasn't quite in position, I don't think. And Adam gets to the jump. Can't stay on it.
Also notice Adam coming out with 2 different shoes on, deciding to have 2 different shoes on his feet for his first attempt on this boulder is an interesting choice.
Yeah, good spot.
Wonder if something malfunctioned on his other shoe, if a strap broke or something.
Yeah, it could be. Because, yeah, it's strange he'd make that decision. Because I mean, he might have caught a glimpse of it as he walked off and thought, hey, maybe it's this.
Yeah, that'd be a big guess.
Yeah. All right, on to the sharp crimps is Jack McDougall. Powerful on that pinch. Goes for the bump. Adam is resting. He's got a plaster on that cut now. I saw one of the Czech coaches come across and sort it out. Trying to find a good bit of that.
Wow, ring locking with that right hand for that move.
Only Adam, eh?
Yeah.
There was a crack-like feature in Prague, but definitely wasn't a crack. But so many people tried to finger lock it and jam it. It was pretty impossible to do. All right, Jan nearly balances, goes for the jump.
Wow.
He just doesn't quite seem set before he goes.
I think being taller on this boulder, it kind of more of your body is getting pushed into that overhang, makes it a little harder to stand on the feet and generate for that first jump. But then you are a little closer to the hold, so trade-offs there.
Absolutely, and yeah, you can see how much he's struggling to get into that position. Legs spread quite wide just to sit in it. All right, so Adam has a long look at M2, as does Jack. And Luca's on M4. There is Adam, trying to get something going here. He needs it as well. Hasn't got his own on the first climb, or the second one so far. And he's not close yet for 30 seconds. Jan is in this awkward looking position. I think Adam might go as well. No, he's
Adam calling it on too.
Yeah. Jack can't one arm it. Jan will have one last chance. Better positioning. Closer. Well, that's it for that round. 10 seconds comes down and we will see our last climber out. Do-Hyun Lee from Korea will enter. And we start to wind our comp down now, and now that leaderboard you can see on the right of your screen becomes very important. Alberto in the danger zone. Yoshiyuki asking for just the extra brushes to make sure of it. And there he is, Do-Hyun Lee. Had a brilliant semi-finals last week in Prague. So can he find some more of that magic here this afternoon? Is it this afternoon yet? It is this afternoon. Coming up to 12:40 Central European time. Men's finals is tonight, 5 to 8 Central European time. We start talking. Climbing goes on at about 8 o'clock-ish. Jungwon up to the pinch.
Ooh.
Can't make it work either. Doyeon Lee. It's such a frustrating boulder to watch, M1, because you think they're on until they're not.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to. It's a hard one to even say what they're doing wrong sometimes. It's just the feet just are so bad.
Yeah, balance is difficult to describe.
Definitely.
You know, you just want to be like, look, you just overbalanced, that was it. But there is so much more going on. But as you said, it's just micro adjustments, maybe the way you shift your weight.
Yeah, definitely. And finding a good method for you fast in the round is definitely huge as well. You know, you might get really close to something that isn't the way, and then you kind of get sucked in. That's always really hard with the slabs. Is knowing when to change your method and knowing when to stick with the one you're on.
Yeah, that's the conundrum Doyeon Lee has right now.
Looks like he's opting for the same. Ooh, makes it work this time.
Yeah, better from him. And he's going to go for the big jump.
Oh.
It was going way back from the wall as he jumped. Oh, look on the right.
Wow.
Yoshiyuki's close. And Jeongwon as well on the last couple of moves. He can get this. He should have a moment to chalk, but he doesn't.
Just slipping off that left hand.
Showing real frustration, real heart out there. He's got the zone. Meiji going through the campus. Right foot up, makes the match. Powerful into the pinch. Wraps a finger around the jib.
Oh, just missing this edge.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
Yoshiyuki gets it done. That's two. Two tops, both from Japan. It is quite a Japanese style move, that one.
Yeah, the classic paddle. They seem to have pretty figured out over there.
Absolutely. Well, Samoa and now Yoshiyuki get it, and Yoshiyuki trying to look where his score is. Yeah, he's in third. Toby Roberts still on top. Alberto's now been pushed out. Meiji is in the top six. Yannick Floe is nearing that 6 point, but Meiji is in the danger zone, but he's got a few climbs left. Jeongwon locks in 2 toes. He came very close just now.
Chan making that move look easy.
Yeah, he's got this dialed. This is where he started to struggle. Straining, working the feet over. Up to the flatty and drops it. Hard to know what else he could do, and I think he is leaving.
Yeah, it's a tough place when you're falling because you're out of energy and you only have a minute on the clock. You know, there's not enough time for you to get enough back to get it done. Right. Better off just saving the skin and energy for Boulder 3.
Yeah, he knew. So he leaves, and here is Meiji. Holds the swing. Left foot around the corner. I think he's done too. Yeah. Could be it. Who else is left? Is there anyone left? All right, well, we won't see Boulder 1 again. That's done and dusted. This is Yoshiyuki's top, the only second athlete to do it. Pulled his way through. Once you've got locked onto that crimp, it is done. It's a good hold.
Yeah, it definitely looks over after that jump, but getting there. It's a different story.
And this was Doyeon Lee who got the top, so we're seeing a replay of this. Stood up, same method, but way better position. And look how high his left foot and his right foot ended up there as well. Our camera pans around to show off the beautiful mountains surrounding us, and of course you guys watching. The round has started. Saratu is back after a quick send of the first boulder. And this is the man who could shove Meiji out of the top 6.
Wow, easily to the zone for Serrato.
Drops into it. It's great watching him climb at the moment.
Wow.
Bit low, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like he just lost that foot right as he was going for the move. Dropped him down just a little.
Adam cleans up the crimps.
Looks like he found his zone on 3.
Yeah, good point. I was lucky he did as well. He needed it.
Yeah.
Jack's final climb of the afternoon. Palming in. What is he crimping with the right hand there? Very top of the wall. He's going to have to commit to that nail move with the right and the left. Sets himself for the jump. He's pinching as well with the left. Ooh. All types of finger strength going on there.
Yeah, just finding anything to balance on that hold. Serrato again, on top of, jumping far for the top part of that hold. Let's see if he can find this last. Oh,
so close from Serrato. Looks up at the wall. Adam is sitting in 19th. Needed that zone, got it, and now he needs something pretty special here. But we talk about fitting into the box in the middle of this. He's a very tall man.
Yeah, but Adam has no problem with mobility.
That's true, yeah.
So I'd like to see what he can manage in this section of this boulder.
Yeah, good point. He's got insane flexibility. Remember silence, that move.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Silence, Adam Ondra was the first to climb a 9C route, hardest in the world. Go and watch that. It's on YouTube. You can check it out. And he pulls himself into a horrible position with his knee all twisted up. So you're right, Zach. He's got the flexibility. All right, there's Serrato on your main screen on M2. M1 not in action anymore. Adam on M3, and then Jack McDougall finishing things off on M4. Jack outside of the leaderboard by quite a way, so top 6 by quite a way. All right, Serrato's come close twice. He goes up with the left hand, holds the swing, brings the left foot in.
See what he decides for this last move now.
Left foot being adjusted, he's got to be careful with it, gets the toe.
Just locking off. Oh, there he goes.
2 for 2 for Serrato. Jack with a toe, but it's not going to help him jump. And now he moves it up.
Wow.
Pretty close.
Yeah, looking good on that move. I think he'll have time for one more attempt at least.
Yeah, and Adam is doing the traditional weight on M3. Really burns you. Coming off those crimps into slopers, I think is always particularly nasty when it's just different muscles, but exhaust you in different ways.
Jack looking down through the bottom here.
Yeah, he crimps the top of the volume, gets the left involved as well. Sets himself for this jump, sticks his tongue out as he leaps. Oh, close as you can get to that. And look, he knows, he runs back. Adam crimping his life out as he rocks onto the right foot, but he's missed it, gets it this time. Oh, no send for Adam, but it was close. And neither for Jack. Yeah, Meiji still holds on in our top 6. He runs there down to the last climb. Zhangwan and Doyan are climbing next to each other in the middle. Here we go. So Dayan taking that time, that extra minute that's allowed to you to really read the boulder. Look how much chalk's on that hole.
Yeah, definitely piling up when it's the first move coordination.
Yeah, many palmers have hit that thing. All right, Jeongwon will have his flash burn up to the start hold.
Jeongwon probably liking these intro holds right here.
Yeah, he loves a good crimp, does it? Oh man. Gets the pinch in with the left hand.
Doyeon looking strong on two.
Yeah, quick work from him. Slaps right at the bottom of the volume, but makes it work, and now is looking confident. He's just got to trust this move, and he can't make the left. Meichi really needs a top here, at least a zone if he wants to get himself out of that tricky 6th position. And if he does, that would move Yannick down one. All right, 2 teammates read the boulders. So we wait and rest. Remember, 2 and 3 are the power ones. They're the ones that you can't just keep going on. Whereas boulder 4, you can definitely try more attempts. Jeongwon looks over at the clock. There's a few clocks on stage, one over the entrance door, one over the exit door on the right. A few down the front. So Zach, looking at the boulders, which one is not your favorite, but which one is your style, do you think, having seen them all?
I think having seen them all, M3 would be the one that I'd like the most. Obviously, it's probably one of the harder boulders of the round, but I think this is the one that I'd like fit into the best box on. But yeah, it looks just insanely hard through the zone to the end.
I'm sure we can get you on to try them if you want after this.
I would love that.
Smuggle you through. And how does it work? If you get a boulder in a semi-final or something you can't do you then go back to your coaches and you're like, look, I'm really struggling on crimps or slopers, or hang on, we'll just watch Doyeon Lee here. He fell on this move before, goes slower.
Almost getting there.
I think he needs to swing into it.
Oh.
Yeah, so did the coaches then go back and go, well, it was a weakness for you here and you work on it? What's the process like?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's like your coaches can definitely see what you need to work on the most, just kind of watching you through the rounds, or if you just feel like really uncomfortable or out of practice on something during a round. It's like you just got to be really self-aware of what you need to work on, and it's always the stuff you want to climb on the least, So it's always a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
You don't want to work your weaknesses because it's your weakness. Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is it hard to make adjustments on the road? Because, I mean, you guys are traveling for a while now. You've got weeks in Europe. It must be hard without your home gym.
Yeah, it's definitely nice having things like the TC when you're back in like the training center in Salt Lake when we're back over there. Because if there's something really specific that I want to work on, Josh is always more than happy to put it on the wall for you. But it's you still are able to make those adjustments when you're out on the road. There's a lot of great facilities over here that seem to have boulders of every style just in the commercial gym. So yeah, it's been great. Lots of things to work on still.
Awesome, man. Here is Meichi. Thumbs underneath. We've seen most people do. And which screw hold do you choose? 19 seconds. I don't think he's going to get another chance. No, he's not. Right, and Jeongwon as well can't get it done. So he's got 2 zones. He doesn't get the zone on 3. Oh, sorry, he does get the zone on 3, but no top. All right, Adam's back. Needs to find something special here. And Serato runs to M3. He has got 3 out of 3 at the moment. Sorry, 2 out of 2. He's trying to make it 3 out of 3, sitting in 7th. So if he can get the zone here, it's going to help. And then Adam, well, after the heroics of last week, perhaps unfair of us to think that he might repeat it again. He's picking and choosing certain comps this year. World champs, obviously his focus, as it is for loads of athletes this year.
Definitely.
Sarasa making the campus look easy. Into the sloper, left hand. And then he dances the right foot up and then has to begin this rock over. Flicks the hand. And he does the Toby cross.
Yeah.
Adam trying the low and slow drop down. Gotta watch your left foot though. Gets dangerously close to the mat.
Yeah, it's quite a little low ball, huh?
Yeah. There aren't enough low balls in World Cup.
Yeah, that's what I think. More sit starts too.
Yeah, true. That's a really good point. I've never thought about that.
Yeah,
we don't
I've
see
never
many
seen
sit
it.
starts.
Never seen a sit start.
No. I wonder if there's a rule.
I don't know.
Because you can have a squat start.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they've had plenty of starts close to the ground, 4 points on one volume, touching the floor.
I want to see a sit start.
Yeah, me as well.
I'm going to find out why. Start petitioning for it. There's probably a rule. I don't know.
I think maybe just an aesthetic thing.
It would be hard for the judges on dabbing, wouldn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
All right, Serato going up.
Wow.
He's on the sweet spot now, but he still needs to get the left leg through.
There he goes, just using that edge for his thumb.
This could be another top for the young man.
Wow.
Ah, yes it is. A PTZ camera capturing all the action there, and Serato 3 out of 3. And watch the leaderboard, because that is going to change. There
Moving
we go.
Colin down into the hot seat.
Yeah, Yannick is out of the final. Colin's going to be nervous. So Toby Roberts, Tomoa Narasaki, Serato, we just watched him, Meiichi Narasaki, Yoshiyuki Ogata, and Colin Duffy is our 6. How things change. But Colin came out early, remember, second one out, and he's still in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Do-Yeon is the only one that could potentially knock Colin out of this final.
All right, and Do-Yeon's coming up next. Adam has not had the best round. He wants to finish things off on a high point. Big breath as he refocuses himself. Is this interesting cross method?
Starting cross going split. Wow.
Well, that is using his natural abilities to all his advantage. And now he gets stood up. But now he's got to do something he's perhaps less enjoys, which is this paddle dyno. Crimping. Oh, that was a good attempt, though, from Adam, as he falls out of the shot. He looked very comfortable on the crimps, which we sort of expect of Adam.
Yeah, definitely expect that one out of Adam. When it comes to pushing on screw holes and crimping behind volumes, I think Adam is pretty solid in that department.
Absolutely. Right, a minute on the clock. Adam is alone on the stage. He's another new dad. Well, not new anymore. I think it's a year his son is.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Kicks his foot out. Once he had the range, he makes it look really good.
I guess Adam and Tomoa's kid would probably be in near the same age category, huh?
Cool.
Or does Tomoa have a girl? No, I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I sense a YouTube video in there somewhere. Maybe a series.
I'm blanking.
Climbers Kids Who Crush.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to commentate on that. All right, Adam goes, couldn't get it done. But very interesting method for the first couple of moves. And Adam gets cheered off. as deserves a legend. Okay, last couple of climbs, last couple of athletes. Doyeon Lee and Jongwon will come out. Jongwon gets this nasty slab, only been topped a few times. And Doyeon, who can still push Colin Duffy out of the top 6, turns his attention to the most powerful boulder of the set.
Yeah, since Doyeon didn't find the top on Boulder 2, he needs to have he needs to do 3 and 4 if he wants a shot at making this final.
It's a big ask from our gold medalist from Prague. Jongwon with a wild kick out to the right. He is looking a bit annoyed out there at life. Doyeon crosses through. Falls off the slope as he asks for the brush. So Korean team having to dig deep here. Seon So, do go and watch, well, I won't give it away, but do go and watch the women's final. Right palm out. Doyeon is really resting here, as everyone has done. I think everyone pulls on for their flash gun and gets surprised by how physical it is. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. With boulders like this, you kind of learn what you need to do pretty quick comparatively to the slabs. So you just need to get all that energy you can back within that 5 minutes you got out there on the wall.
That's what he's trying to do. Meanwhile, Jongwon doesn't have the same problem. It's just a tricky move. Doyeon Lee goes again with 3 minutes on the clock. Brings that through. And that's the move he dropped before.
Wow, finding a match.
But he's on to the next section. He needs to do something with that left, palms down.
Manages to flip.
But it's still a hard move, this, and you got to snatch for it. Jongwon's so close every time he leaps right. All right, here he goes again. He's been, I don't know how many attempts it's been, but he hasn't stopped. Yeah, Jongwon way outside of the top 6, down in 16th. So not the best round for him. But he'll be back, and we are all back next week. Innsbruck. Most of the circuit travels on Monday. Tomorrow, as someone's just pointed out. Goodness me. A speed round tomorrow for the European Cup, and then paraclimbing. And Boulder and Lead follow after that. All right, with a minute and a half to go, Doyeon's rested enough. He's ready to go. Jongwon is still jumping. Can't figure this out. He's changed now. He's trying to just drop onto the sloper rather than go up with the right hand to the jib. This is where Doyeon fell. Doesn't this time. Right foot up. And here we go. Can he do the palm flip again? Very powerful before he does.
Wow, finding that crimp.
All right, so left foot up. Doyeon Lee, one rock over away. Goes with the right to gets it. Well, he needed that after missing 2, but he still needs to finish the last climb as well. Well, it's going to help his chances. Bumps him up the leaderboard. He's now in, well, 10th, but it hasn't been updated yet. Jongwon with 30 seconds to go. Finally gets the move. Doyeon Lee's up to 8th. Oh, it just shows, keep going and something will happen eventually, but he's only really got one chance at this move.
Well, it looks like Doyeon only needs a zone on this last boulder. to make it in.
Okay, so made life easier for himself. John Wan with a jump, close, but it's not going to go for him this afternoon. So 3 zones, missing a zone and a top on Boulder 1, maybe threw him off a bit at the beginning. Okay, so Serato runs on, he's by himself. Yeah, we talk about selection. I mean, you were talking to me about how hard it is to get into the US team and qualify for the Pan Ams. If you're Japanese, it's really, really difficult.
They got a pretty stacked continental championships over there.
Absolutely. God, yes, it's going to be like a World Cup unto itself.
I'm sure, yeah. Maybe even harder.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Japanese guys that have won World Cups that don't make the team the following year,
That's crazy, isn't it? But Serato has become a regular in the Boulder team, and you can see why. And people keep talking about him being the one to watch, the next one coming through.
Definitely.
He's going for the press and the kick. Last 2 athletes out with Serato and Dohyun. Serato changing the method that time, so he's done 2. He's done the down press and he's done the right hand up to the jib.
Nice.
Much better. All right, Serato, come on. Let's see this move. It's unlikely he's going to get it the first time, but he's given himself lots of time to get it. Missed the crimp that time.
Funny story, in the Salt Lake semifinal, I was climbing next to Serato, and at the end of the round, he told me like, congrats on Boulder 4, and I was like, oh, I heard you did Boulder 2, and he was like kind of confused, didn't really understand. And he's like, no, I did 4. And I was like, oh, he did Boulder 4. And then we like walked out from the isolation zone. And I looked at the scoreboard and I was like, oh, he did 4 boulders. He did all 4 of the climbs. I was like, I was like, this guy.
That is amazing. Yeah, he was thinking on a different level, wasn't he?
Yeah. I was like, whoa, dude, you did 2? And he was like, I did 4. I was like, oh.
It's crazy, isn't it? Is it inspiring or frustrating to be when you meet someone who's in form currently doing what he's doing? Are you like, I'm going to give up bouldering forever, or does it kind of give you that motivation to carry on?
It's definitely inspiring, but it is very impressive. It almost feels like he knows something I don't. I'm just trying to figure it out still.
He might do.
Yeah.
Well, can Serato put it together for this one? It's a big ask. He's already in the final, sitting in 2nd. He's changing up lots on that first move. Hasn't settled with the method yet. Now, for pretty much the first time, he stops and has a breather. Right, he'll go again, and from here on, you don't think he'll stop with just 2 minutes. Makes the jump out better after that rest. Much better. How does he? It's that move, when you go for a dyno sometimes, you're like, why are my fingers not closing on this hold? It doesn't make sense to you.
Yeah, it looked like he just opened up at the last second. He just needs that pinky to stay on a little longer.
So Serato is close to getting this done. He'll rest again. Keeps an eye on the clock as it goes towards 1.5 minutes. Toby Roberts still leading the way. Serato sometimes gets it, sometimes doesn't. Low percentage first move. No one's done the Adam Ondra method of stretching all the way.
Yeah, I'm not sure we'll see that one again.
No. All right, Serato gets it this time. Squats low as he comes across. It's very fluid walking across. Good in his feet. Oh, again. Very close from Serato. It started to annoy him a bit. Audience waiting till the end. It's got Dohyun Lee after this. And Dohyun, the only one who can push Colin out of the top 6. So we know Toby Roberts, Serato, Tomoa, Meichi and Yoshiyuki are going to be in. Here goes Serato on what could be his last climb of the semi-final.
Oh.
He misses it. Will he have another go? He will have another go. 30 seconds. I think someone needs to stop Serato. 8 seconds. It's not going to happen, man.
This is just for fun, just for the
You
crowd.
never know.
Here.
Come on, 2 seconds. Wow! He would have done it as well.
Oh, man.
Well, I like it when an athlete does that. It's maybe not the most sensible decision for skin and energy, but sometimes it doesn't matter, does it?
I guess he didn't know that he was just climbing on that one for fun.
True,
that was
yeah,
just
of
a little
course.
extra.
Yeah, the athletes don't know, and the scoreboard here isn't visible from the stage. They can't catch a glimpse of it. All right, final climber of this afternoon. Zach, time for you to get nervous. Will this shove Colin out? He needs a zone. Doyan starts the process. Yeah, do you treat, so Colin this afternoon, he'll go off and do his thing, but do you kind of treat finalists different? Do you leave them alone a bit more, or do you just, is it just normal behavior?
I don't know. I think just particular people on the team kind of have their own routines. Some people like to be isolated and all focused and dialed in on their own before a round. But Colin likes to, come out and enjoy do whatever the rest of the team is doing, as long as it's not too physical, before a round.
Yeah.
But everybody kind of has their own way of preparing.
Yeah, you don't want to take him climbing before a final, do you?
Yeah, I don't think you'd want to come hang at the gym.
No, put a bit of pressure on him. Go on, you can do it.
yeah.
All right, Doyan needs a zone. He's in 8th. He's one of those climbers, if he gets into finals, he could have a real chance of a medal. He needs something here. Oh, goes low. Presses up. And this will be the zone, likely. So we wait just to confirm and see.
Definitely controlling that zone now.
Yeah, and he sets up for the jump.
Oh.
And that does move him into 4th. It does push Colin out.
Wow,
sorry, Zach. Well, at least you can take Colin climbing now.
Yeah, we can sesh together.
Yeah. Well, he's done enough, but he won't know it. And he probably would like to be a bit higher up as well on the leaderboard. So with 3 minutes left of our competition, Doyan Lee is going to try to find magic on this jump. All right, Doyan walks towards the wall. He's got this move done, but we do know how low percentage it is, but he gets it once again. You can see the rubber left on the blue coping as well from the others. All right, twisting in. Gets the thumb underneath. So far, so good. Right foot up and then gets set for the jump. A bit of a way off it.
Finding the intro beta on this Boulder 4 quick seems super crucial to have the time to learn this jump.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if the jump was on the ground, a lot would get it quicker. But
definitely.
And that first move isn't one of those that you get once and then it's like 100% every time.
For sure, especially the folks that decide to go with the full coordination way.
Doyan looks like he's got that down now.
Yeah.
Twists in, he's got 1:30, lots of time. Oh, trying it statically. That was interesting. So he took both hands off.
Yeah, he was nice and really close to the wall. It looked good. Just kind of shooting right in between the two volumes. Like he had some good a good pause on that hold, paddling through to the edge. Just missing.
Yeah, I thought for a second he was going to go statically, and then I remembered how far away the hold is. So you're not going to grow that much. But yeah, interesting. So he took his hands off and then made the jump and made it look pretty controlled. So he might try that again. He's got time for 1, perhaps 2 if he falls off early. comes in, and let's see which method he'll do. Look how much chalk is on the edge of those. Gets set up. Oh, makes it work. Right, Do-Yeon will top things out to finish off our competition, and that will bump him up the rankings. Keep an eye on the score on the right. And we will get confirmation of the top 6 in a minute. So, the finals tonight is at 8 p.m. Central European time. Myself and Alana Yip will start talking a couple of minutes before that, about 5 to 8, so do come and join us for that. And Zach Gallett here in the commentary box with me. Good round, Zach.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thanks for having me.
That was great. Well, we'll just see this. The photographers leave. Everyone's going to go and frantically edit. The audience is going to get some lunch, and we will check out the results. So, leading the way, Toby Roberts, top spot. He'll climb last this evening. And 2 Japanese athletes, Sarato Anraku and Tomoa Narasaki. Do-Hyun Lee, followed by Meichi Narasaki and Yoshiyuki Ogata. So, Team Japan have 4 athletes in the final.
Wow.
It's going to be intense. We will return for the finals tonight. Zach, you can go away and have a session with Colin. As we look down, we saw Colin just pushed out. Max Milne did well in 11th. And Jack McDougall, his first semi-final. Elias as well, his first semi-final, down just above Adam Andre, who had a round to forget for Adam. Just 2 zones, no tops. Tricky one for him. A few athletes struggling. John Wan, not getting the tops he would have wanted. All right, well, we will return this evening for the finals. Hope you can be there. Looking forward to seeing you. And we will return for more climbing action soon.